When we think about the built world today, it can be hard to imagine what might have existed in the past. Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to This House. Today we are exploring San Francisco's lost neighborhood. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. If you have ever explored San Francisco, you might have marveled at the buildings on Nob Hill, but these weren't always here. Long before these buildings dominated Nob Hill, there was once a thriving neighborhood known as California Hill, housing the mansions of America's most elite. Let's explore some of them before finding out why the entire neighborhood was leveled. Sitting at the top of the hill was Charles Crocker's mansion. He had co-founded the Central Pacific Railroad along with a bank which would later become Wells Fargo. Crocker attempted to purchase 13 homes to have them demolished so he could build his sprawling Second Empire-style palace, but he was only able to acquire and demolish 12 of them. The one neighbor who held out was General David Colton, who could not be convinced for any amount of money to sell his Italian villa-style mansion. Crocker was furious and devised a plan to exact his revenge. He had a 40-foot-tall spite fence constructed to block out the sunshine from his neighbor's house in an attempt to make General Colton's home unlivable. General Colton was unfazed by the wall and remained there until his death a few years later. The house was then sold to an investor in New York who never moved into the home. Down the street, the Stanford Mansion, built in the Italianate style, once boasted 50 rooms and spread out over 41,000 square feet. But the owners, Leland and Jane, only lived here a few short years after the house had been completed. When their son was only 15 years old, he was killed. Distraught with grief, the parents abandoned their home and emptied it of all of its furnishings. Passers-by could see into the abandoned house, completely empty except for just one room. An editorial was written in the Morning Call. All the belongings of his boyhood clustered undisturbed. His picture hangs before a window, the blinds of which were never drawn. To this room, a mother comes to weep. It is a shrine of her grief. Next door to the Stanford Mansion was the Hopkins Mansion, which was described as a Gothic wedding cake. It incorporated every known style of the Victorian era. It featured a grand hall with a pipe organ suspended above the staircase and a solarium in which tropical plants were grown year-round, all set above a man-made terrace, which pushed the home upwards, making its tower the tallest point in San Francisco. Though these mansions, crafted from the finest materials, seemed like permanent fixtures in the city, they would all soon suffer the same fate. In 1906, disaster struck. An earthquake reduced most of the neighborhood to rubble, and what was left standing was wiped out in the following days by raging fires. Within 1 week's time, there were only piles of stone caged in by wrought iron fences where palaces once stood. Since this time, many of the lots have been redeveloped and no traces remain of the once exquisite neighborhood known as California Hill. If you could have saved one house, which one would you have chosen? Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. I would also like to take a moment to say a special thank you to our This House supporters whose names you can see on screen right now. If you would like to see your name on the screen, please consider joining our membership program today. I'll see you next time on This House.